There is a world as tangible as our own, impossible to see yet unavoidable to sense. A world enveloped by a seemingly unending ocean of forests. Buried deep in that forest, tucked away neatly within a blanket of twilight, lies a quaint little cabin. And in that cabin
is a bunch of guys, just a bunch of bullshitter.
Welcome to Cartoon Boys podcast with your hosts,
the Crazy Cartoon Boys.
The Crazy Cartoon Boys, and we're here to talk about our favorite cartoons. Welcome to SleepyCast. I'm Niall.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Mick.
You know something? This is a more relaxed one. There's not 12 of us here shouting.
No.
So it's a pretty relaxed one. So
shooting the shit.
I want all you people out there to unbutton your shirts, let your big fucking gross tits pop out. Dude, come on, get a hold of yourself.
Do you ever have to? Do you know, like when I get to a certain fatness, when I walk down the stairs, I feel like my chest jiggle.
Absolutely.
Do you have
when
any?
You walk down the stairs? Do you ever try to flex? Like if I can feel the jiggle, sometimes I'll try to flex.
Yeah, me too.
But really, all it does is flex the muscle underneath, and then all. Yeah, exactly. The jiggle still is there.
Like I caught myself like like a woman like running. Like I
hold your breath. You cup your breath.
But it was an accident. It was just an impulse because I was
like, if you did that on school ground, that would honestly be like
it was the most
walking
pathetic.
Around a fucking zoo like a tiger den.
I felt pathetic. I was like because it was natural.
I feel like bullying you right now, honestly, just because you told me that.
I know.
You went down 5 points in my book. I respect you less. I kind of want to punch you in the side of the head.
I kind of want to grab your titties.
I want to grab your titties.
Just get a big handful.
I might get a sports bra. I don't know.
But what we were saying was, grab a cup of coffee and relax. Grab a beer.
Grab your titties.
Grab your titties, you big
undo your
fat
bra.
Obese. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight on this special edition of SleepyCast?
Talk about different methods of like how you unwind. What's your unwinding?
Unwind, that's a good thing.
Actually, you know what you said?
Yeah, actually, I'm curious.
Do you know what you said was really good the other day?
What's that?
When you said you keep your shoes on all day?
Yeah, this is a new thing I did.
I tried that, and that was fucking great.
So this sounds very pathetic also, but if you animate all day, if you work at a traditional job where you're unloading stuff or, lifting stuff or whatever, you go home, even if you go to college or school or something, you get home, what's the first thing you do? You take your shoes off.
Right.
But if you animate all day...
Take your shoes off. Take a load off.
Take a load off.
Let your dogs bark.
Come everywhere. Let those dogs out.
Let the dogs out.
But since we're pathetic, obese, fucking rotting from the inside losers, we sit around all day, we draw. And so I do everything short of actually fucking putting on a suit. So I put my shoes on, I wear a belt, I tuck my undershirt in, I feel like I'm going to work.
And so then... It's like you're playing adult.
Exactly, like I'm a child playing adult.
You're watching cartoons.
Right. And I work out stuff too, so I get exercise. I'm literally sitting down all day. But so and then the whole thing is you draw, you animate, do your ordeal if you're doing art, but you leave your shoes on all day. So at the end of the day, you have the satisfaction of taking your belt off, kicking your shoes off.
It's nice.
And you feel like you're
just to really
just for that 2 seconds.
Just to get into the role, do you come downstairs, make yourself like a pickle and cheese sandwich,
no,
put
he
it
does.
in a briefcase, and then walk into your room?
I have a routine. I stand by
the water.
I stand by the water cooler and talk to my coworkers, tell hilarious jokes about ISIS.
But they don't even exist. He's just there at the fucking fridge talking to himself.
I do like the image of Zach getting dressed for work and then stepping outside of his room and then turning around, doing a 180, and then just walking right back in.
Mondays. Yeah, no, but I have a routine. I wake up and make coffee, but relaxing though.
Yeah, unwinding.
Unwinding. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't.
This is a good one.
I partake in the occasional cigar. It's a nice little activity. You know what? A lot of people, I feel like cigars have a good and bad stigma to them, I think.
I've never smoked a cigar in a scenario that did not turn into a debacle. Every single time a cigar ends up getting pulled out, it's either like Pico Day or when I was
a funeral or something.
Yeah, or something. It's like I always get way too drunk. I always do stupid shit. I black out, and the only thing I can taste is the cigar in my mouth, and then all my clothes smell like a cigar.
I think. Look, and I'm also fully aware.
That's all my fault.
That's the thing is, I think fully disclaimer. I feel like cigars have a stigma of being pretentious or like, what are you fucking 60-year-old CEO? Right. But no, I think
you hate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You're running a newspaper.
I feel like people. It has a bad stigma, but honestly, to me, it's like a glass of wine, right? It's like it's like people. It's like giving a glass of wine to somebody, they fucking slam it and go, it tastes like shit. It's like, no, you don't drink a glass of wine to get drunk. You do it to relax and unwind, to get a little buzz, maybe. I feel like cigars are the same thing. When Sabrina was on here to do the podcast at one time, I gave everybody cigars, and people were like inhaling them and just like a cigarette, and they got sick. Like, cigars suck. It's like, no. You're not supposed to. They're not cigarettes. You're supposed to take
milk it and enjoy it.
And it's in the mouth. It's not in the lungs. You're not supposed to inhale it.
Yeah. In fact, if you have like some cognac or something, there's a lot in brandies. You're supposed to not only just, get some of that smoke in your mouth, you're supposed to breathe it over the alcohol, let it kind of like sink in a little bit. It's almost like a ritual,
It's the good thing about a cigar too is, cigarettes, if you smoke cigarettes, fine. But they're like, what, a 4 or 5 minute smoke, 10 minute smoke tops?
For people who really smoke, it's like 2 minutes maybe.
So what, 2 to 10 minutes, 2 to 10, 2 to 5?
I'd say for me, like, it would have been a 4 when I smoked.
2 to 5.
Okay, so about 2 to 5, right? Cigars can go from 30 minutes to an hour and a half. And that's the beauty of it. It's literally to just unwind, you just... if you're a total
the
loser
good
like
thing
me,
about them is the more you smoke them, the better they taste. Or the more you smoke the one cigar, like as it goes down, it starts getting better. So
cigars have different flavors as you go down.
It's like a symphony. It's like as it goes on.
It's like one of those Willy Wonka gums.
Yeah, it has different flavors.
But then
It starts off with the appetizer with some little orange slices, and then eventually gets to the turkey dinner.
Man, we're trying to avoid sounding pretentious, and I said it's like a symphony.
No, look, full disclaimer, we're very self-aware of the fact that cigars have the stigma of being pretentious. But if you haven't had one, I seriously suggest finding somebody that knows about cigars and having one, because it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like, it doesn't mean you have to smoke a cigar every day or smoke it every once a week or something. And again, it's not a cigarette, but it's one of the few things that genuinely just, no matter how stressed out I am or whatever's going on, it just melts my brain.
Yeah.
If you have an amazing cigar, it's honestly like a high in a sense, just because the endorphin release you get, it's just a
and there's tobacco.
There's literal chemicals in there that get you.
I know there's little chemicals, but my point is, if the taste is so good and it's so relaxing, the just the enjoyment from it, it's like a good piece of food, I'd say, if you've ever had a good piece of food,
like a good steak or something.
Right, you go, like you make a noise. Hopefully not that noise, but you make a noise, and that's the same kind of thing. So that's in short, that's the way I relax if I really want to unwind.
Yeah.
What about you fellas? You two bozos.
I tried the taking off the shoes thing, but the thing about that was... The thing about when you told me that, but the thing about that was I was like laying in bed all day surfing the net, as they say.
You fucking laid in your bed with your shoes
and then
on.
I took them off. And then I took them off. Yeah.
And then your room stank.
I didn't really do it. Yeah, pretty much. It was just my.
Well, try exercising in your shoes. Try walking around outside in your shoes, and then you're not like sitting around. Well, I don't be literally sitting around all day, right?
No, I was literally sitting around all that day.
Well, that's probably why it didn't work. You just had your shoes on.
Yeah, I just had my shoes on. That was what I did that day.
What do you normally do to relax in general, though? Let's say you have a long day of actual work.
Let's say you're stressed out. You go, it's Niall time. What's Niall time?
I just draw. I just relax all day and
No,
draw.
you've been drawing all day. You can't do that anymore.
You've done 20 commissions.
So what I do after that is just go for a walk.
Let me ask you like this: what do you do to clear your head? How do you empty out your emotions? How do you turn the faucet on? Or just let Niall leak?
I think by default I'm relaxed, and then I get stressed, and then just back to relaxed again.
But what activity?
No, there's no right answer. I feel like there's pressure here.
There's no pressure.
To give the right answer.
You don't have to say you spin around 3 times.
Just
and
relax.
shit your pants.
No, relax.
Relax,
There's no wrong
Niall.
answer.
Why are you stressed out, Niall?
Come on, man.
Sweaty?
Dude, we're just asking a question here.
This is why you're the biggest joke in fucking school. This is why the jocks talk. This is why the girls. You wonder why the girls fucking laughing behind your back. You see the girls laughing over there.
They're laughing at you, buddy.
The pack of girls, they're laughing at you, dude.
No, not with you.
For a second, you probably thought, wow, they're probably laughing at some funny joke. Yeah, the joke is you, my friend. Hey, you know something else? The jocks talk about beating your ass, but I've saved your ass. You're lucky. I'm your good cousin in school.
Yeah. So anything to
And
get
you're
away.
lucky I fucked the hot cheerleaders.
Anything-
And yeah, I did come inside of Sally. So what?
Anything to get away from this is what I do to relax. Usually.
Those long walks.
Lock my door, go on long walks, is to get away from fucking Zach. Fucking pestering me.
Come on,
This
keep
shit.
staring, though. When you wonder why the jocks threw footballs in the back of your head during gym class? Dude, when you tried to climb that rope and you fell off to one foot, everyone pointed and laughed at you.
And then when the coach came in and they were all laughing, everyone was laughing at you.
God,
the coach
this
saw
is a-
you and he got angry at you.
You remember
And
the
he
coach
said
with-
you were disrupting everybody and he made you go do laps.
You remember when the coach looked you shit up and you made all the jocks come slap your titties and everyone laughed at you?
This doesn't even apply to me. I didn't even go to high school in America. I can't even relate to any of this.
When all the
Fucking...
jocks pissed on you and called you a urinal and put a urinal cake in your mouth?
Did they not have was there not like jock abuse? In
It sounds like a
Ireland?
weird sort of gay porno
Yeah, it
website.
does.
Jock abuse? There's gotta be a sub. I'm gonna type in jock abuse porn. After
Something's
this.
gotta
There's
happen.
gotta be
Something's gotta happen.
It would be like,
Something's
hey
gonna
bro,
happen.
and they'd have backwards caps on, and they'd
That or like you're wearing a jock strap and they just like punch you in the jock strap really
Punch you
hard.
in the cock.
and the
yeah.
guys would like that.
There's actual porns where girls just take guys' cocks and start punching
I've
them.
seen that.
I don't.
Oh, they step on them with the balls with high heels.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Did you ever hear of milking? I found this out yesterday. Milking is when a guy is all tied up and a girl is like he's a cow and he pretends he's a cow and she like milks him like he's an udder and all his cum. He's like, and he's just there. It's like some pathetic.
So it's like a hanging hand job?
Kind of like I think so. I didn't watch it, but I just heard about
I
it.
feel like if you wanted to be a cow, you could just put on a cow outfit.
Yeah.
You save a lot of time and energy.
If you got like 3 or 4 guys in one cow outfit, I don't know how you'd arrange it, but you could stick 4 dicks out of
Four
that
dicks.
one of that
They could
udder
all be
bag,
udder.
and then she could just tug on all 4 of them.
It's true.
Or you could have 2 guys with diphtheria Diphophilia.
What's that?
Or
Is that two dicks?
Is it diphiliac?
Diphiliac? The man with two dicks. Yeah.
Does one dick get harder for him than the other one?
No, the famous man with two dicks. He got two big hard dicks.
No, but I think I read somewhere that he can't get too hard. It's hard for him to get two actual big hard-ons.
Well, he has to stroke them both at the same time. It gets tiring.
No, but I mean like just blood flow wise, right? Because are directions like judged by? Is it muscles or is it?
Yeah, it's
like,
all muscles.
I'm aware that the cock is like the penis is not a muscle, but the muscle is attached to the fatty tissue.
Yeah.
Is that what determines how hard the dick gets, or is it blood flow?
It is a blood. I believe it's a blood flow thing, and that's
right. Because Viagra is like the circulation, right?
Right. It gets your heart pumping.
Right.
When I was
which is what's so dangerous if you have an erection for longer than 8
I got
hours.
fucking bullied because when I was in like the Irish equivalent of just say middle school, I said there's a bone in your dick because I thought that's why it's called boner, and everyone gave me relentless shit for that, and I'm sure that 99% of those people didn't even know it wasn't a boner.
Everyone
14,
thought
15?
that when they were 8. When you were 14.
Well, yeah, when I was 14,
dude, you're in high school. That's high school. You're driving.
When I was 8,
No,
you
this
can
is
drive
the reason
a
why
vehicle.
all the guys were fucking
Hold on. 15 years.
baseballs at the back of your
Let's
head.
put this in perspective. That is old. That's 3 years away from going to.
Also,
hold on.
I have a worse one.
No. Let's really break this down. You were 3 years away from being able to pick up a gun and serve your country, and you thought there was a huge bone within your dick.
It's called a boner. Why do they call it that?
More importantly, you were able to drive. You could drive.
I watched a documentary, right, where this guy was fucking a swimming pool, and he broke his
documentary?
Yeah, and he broke his dick. So I thought that the fact that you can fracture your dick means there's a bone in your dick.
But every time you saw a skeleton of the human anatomy, were you always confused why there wasn't just a bone sticking out of the dick part?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Oh.
But when I was 8, I thought that just your dick was called your balls. So I was telling everyone I had one ball, and that was just a misconception for a few years.
I remember I got into an argument with my friend over. In fact, we were arguing a huge fallout. We didn't talk for like 2 weeks because he told me that cats' tails were not part of their skeleton. I said they were as part of the spine. And we yelled at each other and we didn't talk for like 2 weeks. My friend said,
You skin a cat and show him to your friend?
I said, hey teacher, tell this fucking bozo the cat's got bones in their tails, and she was like, it's true. And he got mad and he stormed off. It's a real story.
Dude, maybe he was like in a weird religion where like they don't believe that. That just offended him.
How many bones do they have in their tail?
I don't know, but it's part of their spine.
Yeah, they have like vertebrae and shit.
Yeah, vertebrae.
Is that way if you break a
So if you smash a cat's tail with a fucking hammer,
it'll look like
scream.
Pikachu's tail, like all jagged and zigzaggy lightning bolts.
That's why I smash cats' brains with hammers. It really exposes all the insides.
They got bones in their head too?
They got bones everywhere.
Where
Cats
the fuck
are
is the room
crazy.
for the brain?
Do you know what I realized because of Django? Cats like literally all they do is respond to stimulation. There's no like any
there's
sort of
nothing going on.
It's just stimulation.
It's like a jellyfish.
Touch, sound, like
No, it's not like a jellyfish. If you make a loud noise, they just run. Like they're completely. I realized this too.
There's no forethought to this.
Yeah.
No, if you look at our cat, you really get a sense of it. Like he's not when he walks upstairs, he's not going upstairs. His muscles are walking in a direction, and he's just not hitting walls.
Yeah.
And until he sees something that catches his attention.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll walk and walk and walk until he's like, oh, I'll sit there or I'll smack this, and that's all it is.
Because dogs like have another level of like people are like cats are smart. No, they're not. Like dogs have like some sort of self-awareness.
That is the one thing that weirded me out about sushi and the food bowl. See, the food bowl was timed. Every day at the same 2 times a day or whatever it was, that food bowl was automatic and would let out the food.
Sushi could hear that shit from a mile away.
She could, and she'd know. But it was almost like she never understood when it was going to happen. Like dogs, there's a famous story, Hihachi or whatever. Was that?
Pavlov's dog, yeah.
Well, there's Pavlov's, right, so about repetition and whatnot. And that's essentially what this one was about, where there was a dog in this Japanese station. There's actually a station named after it. But essentially there was an owner of a dog, and he would go to the station every day with his dog, and his dog would turn around and go home. And then he eventually died. But then the dog, every day, would go to the train station and wait until all the trains left, and then it would turn around and go home, and it did it until it
wasn't the
died.
fucking episode of Futurama based on that dog? I think it was. The episode of Fry's dog.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was based on that story.
Yeah, and it's a very lovely story, and it's true, and it's not the first time it's happened, but clearly this dog understands patterns, like, oh, every day at this time this is going to happen, and then they do it. Whether or not that makes them smart, who knows? That's obviously just the ability to recall and patterns and whatnot. But with sushi, as beautiful and wonderful as clearly she recognizes people, so that is some kind of intelligence.
Fucking crows can recognize people, though. Crows can do that.
Can they do that?
You never heard about this?
No.
They did this. I saw this thing where I think it was a college campus where they did a test where they put like a Richard Nixon mask or something on, and they harassed a bunch of crows. And then when people would wear that mask, the crows would go fucking nuts. Different people would wear this mask.
Really?
So crows are actually very intelligent, from what I understand.
Yeah, no, they are. They're very, very intelligent. They like pick up fucking turtles and drop them into cars, or drop them on the road so they break, so they can
Thanks,
eat them.
Bill Nye.
That's what I heard.
No, it is true.
Is that real?
Yes, it is.
They drop turtles onto cars?
Yeah. No.
They drop the turtles on
the road so they get run over so they can eat it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Well,
But
before they were dropping things on rocks, I think, or dropping rocks on things. I can't remember.
Oh wait, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I like your story better though.
No, I can see you can confuse a rock and a car. Very similar things, those two things.
Yeah, I don't know where the turtle even came from, but
There's also there's YouTube videos of like birds doing like basic arithmetic of like.
Oh yeah. I've seen owls doing that.
well, they solve problems on.
Now I don't know if that's actually their brain understanding what that is, or if they just recognize what the one is. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I don't know if they're aware.
No, there's videos of like crows solving like simple problems like in
But I guess that's kind of what human understanding math is, right? But my point is, I don't know if they understand the actual.
Right.
Like they use tools, like there was like a stick to get their worm out or something.
No, so my point is this: so if it's 1 + 1 = 2, they'll know after they do it enough times they'll be rewarded.
Right.
So my point is, this shape plus this shape equals this shape. You know what I mean? So maybe it's more of a pattern recognition rather than an understanding of the actual
arithmetic, right? So they could do 1 + 1
I don't know
=
if they
2.
understand values.
Right. You give them 2 + 1, and all of a sudden they're just lost.
Right.
Isn't there that story of that? Oh no, wait.
But I could be wrong. I don't know.
That the story of the lady chimp who
Did sign language?
became a prostitute.
Okay, I already know.
No, because she was like,
this
she
is
found
wrong.
out that if she fucks the male chimps, she'll sell a banana for
So what currency? Sell for what?
For
in
her pussy.
exchange for what?
They put their dicks in her, and then they give her a banana for it. They'd be like, hey.
They feed her into the fucker. Why can't she pick? But there's trees everywhere. There's no markets. It's not like she has to walk somewhere.
Because this was in a laboratory. They weren't like on a tree.
So who was fucking the monkeys then?
You're saying that scientists
Hold on.
created a scenario where they prostituted?
No, she prostituted herself. She was like,
Are you telling me there was a black market of scientists giving monkeys bananas specifically in order to fuck the monkeys? Why did the monkeys not just eat the bananas?
she put on lipstick and she was like, hey, give me the bananas.
She shook her ass, right? Which meant, in monkey language, pussies for one banana, boys.
Yeah, I think she would.
One suck equals
She
one
was-
banana, 2 bananas equals 1 fuck.
And she was
boys.
just swimming in bananas at the end of the day, and all these other guys
She
were
was
like,
swimming in bananas, apparently.
Honestly, if I was a monkey and I saw a stupid slut monkey, I'd give her a banana, fuck her, and then kill her again, take my banana back.
If you were a female monkey, would you just become a slut monkey? So you wouldn't have
I'd
to
be the
climb
biggest
trees
slut monkey there is, dude. I'd be sucking every monkey dick in town.
and getting their bananas.
I think this is a true story. I think that's true.
You ever see that video of the monkey fucking the frog? It's a video of a monkey just fucking. It's
Can I say that what happened that time?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so there was one day we were in our old house. I was like, look at this video of a monkey raping a frog, and then you like right into YouTube, you go, monkey rapes frogs, and Corey walked downstairs and he's like, what is this? I go, look, it's a monkey raping a frog, and he screamed at me and got really mad and stormed up the stairs because I was watching a video of a monkey raping a frog.
It's true. He calls like an asshole.
Yeah.
In his defense, you were watching a monkey rape a frog.
That's hilarious.
You can't. It was pretty
A
funny.
monkey rapes a frog. Like he was using the frog as like a flashlight.
I think the funniest thing with the video is the fucking frog's mouth is just open. It's just it's
like humping his fucking
it's
head.
exactly it's as funny as what you imagine what a monkey rapes a frog.
It's exactly how we describe. Look up a monkey rapes frog.
Type in monkey rapes frog.
And you'll see it. And just imagine Corey getting just fucking furious with that video, or with me for even suggesting to put on that video.
Speaking of hilarious videos that upset people, Zach recently showed me a video of Bill Cosby.
Yes.
Now look.
By the way, can I just say one of the funniest things ever? So, news of him being a rapist kind of slipped out over the years.
Yeah.
But so there was a girl like in 2003, the early 2000s. She was like, "I'm gonna come forward and say you're a rapist." He's like, "Don't do that. I'll pay you money, but you can't tell anybody I raped you." And he gave her a bunch of money, and then she ratted on for raping, and he wanted the fucking money back. It's not a business transaction, Bill. You can't ask somebody for money back after you pay them to say you didn't rape them.
Maybe he paid her in bananas.
I wish I could have fucking seen the phone call of him be like, "I want the money back." That to me is one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah, you wronged me. Like you raped.
How
raped
dare
me.
you?
Yeah.
It's not like a fucking bad loaf of bread you take back to the store. You raped her, dude.
Weren't people like milking Michael Jackson? Not in the way that I said.
Look, can I just say, let's talk about celebrity pedophiles for just 1 second. We'll go back to the Bill Cosby thing. What are you guys' honest thoughts about Michael Jackson? Honestly,
I never thought he did it until I read the list of books in his library. There was a lot of little boy buttholes.
I don't think he molested children in the way that people
he didn't fuck him in the butt.
I don't think so, but I do think that there was a part of him that was either interested in that, or there was just a part of him that wanted to connect and remain a child. I do think there was some kind of like PTSD from his growing
Yeah,
up with
definitely.
his
No,
I
dad.
think they were just
At
taking
the same time, best case scenario, didn't fuck any kids. All kids are unfucked. In
Yes.
the Michael Jackson household, he still fucking slept in beds with kids. He was an adult pop star.
Whole beds. The whole beds. It was like a bed of kittens, but they
That
were all
should still
children.
be frowned upon.
I think he was a little bit retarded though, wasn't he? He was
That's
like,
what I'm trying to say a little bit.
He was like, who does that? Like, I think he was innocent. He was like, I'm a kid. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think
there was some mental thing
Isn't
going
the definition
on.
of autism like you think
Touch
you're
kids?
No, you think you're a kid, or not think you're a kid, but
Childlike.
you're kind of childlike. Little. Yeah.
No, Woody
I think he
Allen.
was
Right?
autistic.
Woody Allen. Like I feel like there's a celebrity spectrum, right? A celebrity spectrum of like, okay, definitely did it.
Right.
Didn't do it. Woody Allen. I really don't think Woody Allen did it. Let me say this.
don't
What do
have the
you
evidence.
I
know?
thought that was pretty. I thought that was common knowledge.
People believe it. I talk to people like, oh yeah, no, Woody Allen's a fucking pedophile.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But like,
Believe me, I'm not a fan of touching kids. You know.
but
That's what he
once
said.
you're accused of being a pedophile, your
That's my
career's
point.
over.
That's my point. If there's video footage of Woody Allen fucking his, a child,
Yeah.
I'll be the first to say
Didn't
so.
Morgan Freeman finger his niece?
Well, that's something you just said. I don't know, man.
Look it up.
But no, Woody Allen. So Woody Allen. So like,
1979.
Bill Cosby has like.
I fingered little Susie.
That was pretty good.
No, but I was going to say
It's very big. It's
Roman
one of these little
Polanski
buttholes once I'm done.
definitely was,
Yeah, he
and I
definitely was.
I like his movies a lot.
What's
I
the
really
guy's name?
do.
Bryan Singer from X-Men. He fucked kids or something.
But
right?
he's gay too, right?
Is he a gay pedophile?
I think so.
Oh,
But I think they were just younger. I don't know if they were like
No, I
straight
think
up
I think he
kids.
got legal trouble. I think he
Oh,
got
did
in
he?
trouble. I think so.
Well, then even Billy Joel though, he like ended up. I don't know if it was pedophilia, but it was they adopted that like 17 or 16 or 15-year-old Asian girl, and then he ended up.
Well, like that's what happened with Woody
boinking
Allen.
her
too,
and
pretty
marrying
much.
her or
I think
whatever.
that's what happened with Woody Allen to some sense. And I think who else recently? It's
Jared.
Jared Fogel's fucking 16 years. Did you see what child porn he had?
Yeah.
7 terabytes.
Yeah,
or
he had
something?
like.
Oh yeah, the size of it.
No, I didn't mean. Did you literally see?
No, I did not see any of the images.
No, but it was like what 2 laptops, 8 something. It was like a ridiculous amount of child
like
porn.
if he had more information, or he had more child porn on his computer, like than it took to take man on the moon.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, more power. Like honestly,
I'm
like,
sure that's what Neil Armstrong was thinking about when he was looking out the window on the moon.
No, honestly, if like
I wonder if the spokesman for Subway is going to have as much.
they
child
did
porn
not
as a
have
fucking yes-
like, because remember at 1 gigabyte in 1990 was like the size of a room.
Well, it's bizarre because there is like this whole chain of people associated with Jared and Subway that were all caught. Like his manager or something like that, and then his assistant.
Yeah.
Even
By
though I
the
don't know
way,
if that was just a fall guy.
Did you hear-
Can I ask, how do you find somebody who's also likes child porn?
Yeah, is there-
What's the conversation? It's like
Yeah.
a football. Hey, you like the Seahawks?
I think
Yeah.
Jared was like open about it. Like
What's the actual way that? No, but you can't be.
Well, how
open
old
about-
were his kids? His kids are like 6.
Jared has kids.
Yeah, he has kids. He's not
two-
allowed to see 'em.
2 kids.
Oy
I think they're like
vey.
6 or something like that. And so it's like maybe he goes to the park and someone's like, "Oh yeah, you got some nice looking kids there," and it's like, "Yeah, I like kids," and it's like, "Oh hey, I like." I don't know. Like you got to like somehow warm up into it, or you just come
You
straight out.
you can't jump into the pool.
Or maybe you do, but you do it as a joke, like, man, I'd really love to fuck some kids today.
Well, okay, wait.
You know what I mean? I mean, come on, I just get.
I
and
always-
then if they're like, you gauge, like, you give them the eyes, like,
Yeah.
just kidding.
You know the dad from Seventh Heaven, the pastor guy.
Yeah.
He was also. You hear he got in trouble for that too. His like wife like recorded him in a therapy session.
Oh yeah.
He was like, yeah, like 1975, like masturbated in front of some kid, and he was.
he was trying to get
and
help
then she
there. Clearly.
released it too.
Yeah, she released it. And it's like what he did was really messed up.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're a pedophile, you're trying to get help, you're still
I agree with you on that. Did you see that article recently on Salon.com?
Yeah, it was written by a pedophile where it was basically like shaming people who frowned upon wanting to fuck kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole slant of the article was like, I'm real sick. And I think about fucking kids and yeah, it gets me off. But I never done it before.
And you're the real monster for
Yeah,
thinking
you're a
I've
real
done it.
monster for thinking I want to fuck kid. When I would actually fuck a kid. And this to me is like somebody going, yeah, I think about fucking cutting my child's head off and like,
There's
fucking,
some things you should keep to yourself. Like,
not even that. Look, if you think about fucking kids, period, and that gets you off for real,
Yeah.
you should not be accepted into society.
No.
look,
That should be frowned. Look, the basic rule is there's no gray area. Sexuality is gray, but not if you're a pedophile. If you're gay, you want to fuck a consenting adult. But if the thing you want to fuck has no consent and it's alive,
Yeah.
there should be no circumstance where that's smiled
Yeah.
upon.
but that's my issue. Is like when people make their sexuality the defining feature of their like personality. I can't stand that. Like there's people who are just way too open about it. Like furries wearing like their asses cut out.
Look, I don't get being a furry, but I'm okay with that because
No, but most of them are fine.
They're not fantasizing about picking up a kid off the playground I'm fucking him.
Right.
Yeah, but see, I'm talking about like, people just say like a pedophile is like, I'm a pedophile, I'm open about it, I'm proud pedophile. It's like, why do that? I don't like, just say if I had a fetish where it was just fingering baby or fucking a girl on her period or something, I don't go around being like, yep, that's me, I'm all about this. Then like, it's like, keep it to yourself.
I think the general rule is if the first thing you open up with is your sexuality or something, you're a boring fuck. That's all it is.
Gay people who had the voice where it's understood universally.
Stereotypical,
Do you think that they were born with that voice? Not born with it, but do you think, or they?
Yeah, I think it's to do with hormones or something.
I do too, because I've definitely heard younger kids. Who do not think they are gay.
Yeah.
Who are, you know what I mean? Like,
I remember knowing my friend's like kid brother was gay, like before he even knew he was gay, and then it turned out he was gay.
Yeah.
I think it's a chemical thing. My point is like the pedophile thing. I genuinely don't understand that. That's honestly like saying, hey, I think about committing genocide against black people, but I would never do it.
Right.
It's like you have bad ideas within your head. It doesn't fucking matter if you do it. Bad ideas are still bad ideas.
And the fact that you could ever spin it as, well, you're not tolerant of it, or the fact that you could reprimand me for having these, ideas.
And by the way, when this person was obviously attacked for writing this article, the follow-up article was like, oh, I can't believe these right-wingers are attacking me. These right-wingers, if I made an article saying, hey, my big thing is I fantasize about rape, I really get off to rape, but I would never do it, so fuck you.
But do you know
Are you kidding me? Do you know how fast I'd be
Absolutely.
fucking...
But this was what, salon.com?
Yeah.
My point is still, look, what's really bothering me, full disclaimer here, I'm not a politician, I don't know everything about politics, but I think...
Okay, get on with it. What?
The right for a long time had a big amount of people who were super radical and very easy to pick on and spot out.
Like radical dudes?
Just radical bros. But the people who thought the Earth was 4,000 years old.
Sure,
and, they believe things like that literally. Think angels are real and think that, etc. and so on. And that was like we can laugh at that. But I feel like in the last 5 to 10 years, and it's always been there, but the left is actively pushing people, the far left is actively pushing people, like me for example, into the fucking center.
Yeah, me too, completely.
And it's not, it hasn't completely pushed me out of it, but it seems people like, geez, is this really fucking what this side is now?
As you said one time, you said it was like a sphere. Like you go so far left, you're right.
It's a game of it's called the horseshoe theory. It's a game of asteroids. You go so far left, you come out right or something.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
But it does feel like we used to call it the horseshoe, but I actually think it is more of just a fucking loop. I think people are just literally just making circles around.
That's what it is. You go so far left that you're like, oh, women shouldn't be wearing slut clothes anymore because that's objectifying them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, so you're telling women what they can wear? That's the opposite of your agenda.
That's what I'm saying. It's like in the 60s, women were walking around naked with their tits out. Now it's like,
fictional characters can't wear they can't have boobs bigger than a bee, and they can't have boobs.
See, it's under the guise. But see, what's interesting is that is under the guise of it's not about women's freedom anymore. It's video games are always made by men. Apparently, only men make video games, right? Even though they want to be a part of video games, but if there's ever a female character that's in any way sexual or whatnot, it was only developed by a guy for guys to jack off to that do not respect women.
Do you see that new Link thing?
Oh, the female
fucking
Link?
The female Zelda Link thing. Yeah.
But that's what people wanted, right?
Yeah, exactly.
People have been crying and screaming about.
The people who are screaming. Look, these people don't want anything. They don't want anything. I don't know what they want.
You mean they just want to complain?
They want to complain.
Right.
They want to have problems because the second these people listen, if you took everything these people said and did all of it, they would still complain.
Yeah.
They make a living complaining.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop.
Yeah.
You see, this is even a symptom of people like on YouTube who are ranters. When they realize stuff they're ranting about, they start making shit up.
I remember.
But what was the issue with Link that you're talking about?
Oh yeah, I think about a year ago, there was this whole uproar. It's like, why isn't there a female Zelda? Or why isn't there a female Link? This is bullshit. They just decided to pull a problem out of their ass. And then finally they actually came out with a female Link, and they're complaining that, it's just Link with a fucking pussy. That's it. There's no difference. Because I think the problem was that
Link always looked like he had a pussy.
Yeah, but the problem is that she's not overly sexualized. She looks like a badass who's a fucking. I don't play Zelda, but Link. What does he do? He hits things on the head with a thing. Yeah. He looks like she looks like a normal person.
But you do realize that if she had any kind of curves, like a smaller waist and around her ass, everyone would be like, you fucking sexualized Link.
But Link's supposed to be like a little kid, though, right?
Right. So as little kids have very few defining features. A lot of kids are somewhat androgynous, which Link always was.
Yeah.
And so now that it's a girl, add a ponytail, whatever. It's like, and then that's the problem, man.
Like I said, it's their job to complain. It's their job to find problems that don't exist. If they run out of stuff to talk about, their career is over.
I think there's a time and a place to fight for your rights.
And I think that's the biggest thing that bothers me. Look, I know it's a fallacy to divert attention away from a problem and say, hey, you should be complaining about this. There's bigger problems, right? If you're against abortion rights and you say, hey, why do you fight for this? Instead, this cancer's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a valid argument. But it is when you're pointing out non-issues. Yeah. I've always thought of it like this.
Talking about like legalizing weed and stuff?
No, not even that, because that's an actual thing. I don't give a shit. Fight for legalizing weed. I don't care.
If a woman actually gets raped by somebody, then you know what? That's something to talk about. Right. If Linkle is really just a recolor of Link with a ponytail, that is not something for anyone to consider an issue.
If you spend your career arguing about what Samus wears in Super Smash Brothers, you're out of problems.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
People, I've tried it before, but looking at women in Afghanistan, look at actual women who are oppressed and fucking stoned or killed or forced to marry their rapist or, just things like that. They have acid thrown in their faces if they try to go to college.
When I was living in Malaysia, though, they were a lot better, but they were still dealing with certain issues. There were some more domestic ones, like my mom couldn't work. And that took a toll on my mom at the time. And I think it really changed her outlook on a lot of things. She's naturally a very productive person, loves to work. So her not being able to work was a serious blow to just who she was as a person. Right. And then while I was also in Malaysia, there was a number of cases where girls would get off planes with jeans. They were wearing jeans and they got shot at the airport.
Shot?
Oh yeah, straight up shot and killed. So there's clearly plenty of actual issues that, as guys who are very misogynistic in our jokings and whatnot, still absolutely cherish and respect the human spirit and believe in dignity and human respect.
Dude, I honestly think maybe it's a little bit topical, but I think it's been a growing thing. I keep seeing things in the news about college campuses having issues with, like, the Missouri college campus had
What happened?
Where essentially, I think the gist of it was a college professor put out a big email saying...
This was Yale, right?
This was Yale, I believe,
Yeah, that one was Yale.
One of the professors, to my knowledge, put out an email saying... So I guess the college or somebody within the college originally put out an email saying, don't dress up as this for Halloween. This is offensive. So that was either the college or whatever. But then a professor responded and said, people should dress how they want to. It's college. It's free speech. We shouldn't coddle and cradle and baby these people. College is where you learn about the real world. The real world doesn't have safe zones and trigger warnings. And there's a video of this girl, one of the students, screaming at this fucking guy. Yeah. There was a petition created to get this guy fired. They're trying to ruin this guy's livelihood just because he said people should dress as what they want to for Halloween.
Right.
Yeah.
Similarly, did you see that safe zone video? I think Lexi linked it to me, where it was like that group of people. There was like a mixed race group of people. They're all hanging out in like a library or at a foyer or something like that. And there's signs that say, "Hey, this is a safe place, safe zone," or whatever. And people were going into the circle with a microphone, and they were kind of like telling their stories about like race and about just like sharing their feelings. Is this the one with the Asian
girl?
Yes. And then the Asian girl gets up there, so everybody's talking, everyone's clapping, it's hugging and good spirited. And then she picks up the mic and she speaks like very broken English, like she clearly
because she's actually from a country in Asia.
And she's happy to be in America, and she's happy to be in college getting an education, and it's great. And she tells the story about how not all white people are bad, and that black people can also be racist.
The story was, she said she was crossing the street with her friend, and a driver, a black person, almost hit her. Yeah. So get the fuck out, or go back to her country or something. Right. When she crossed the road, a white woman pulled over and said, "Are you okay? How are you doing?" Right. And then she said, "Well, the point of this story is that not all black people are racist, but black people can be racist too." That's all she said. Yes. They can be racist too.
There's bad eggs in every fucking...
And then everybody in the kind of audience stood like looking at each other, they kind of went dead panicking. I think when people grabbed the microphone,
grabbed it. That's literal censorship. Like
there was a girl too who was like, girl, like you're the right. Like
you know what she said? She said, "Yeah, we get it." She's like, and she looked at her all like bitchy. She was like,
"But it's like, I think the problem too is that the internet is such a powerful megaphone for certain things to occur, and things like gaming and whatnot. Most of the people who like video games are probably on the internet as well, and they're probably pretty active on the internet just because they spend a lot of time on it. And so even you start seeing it in the news too, where they start picking up on all this gaming related stuff. So if there's any hot topic, right, like rape or feminism or whatnot, if there's a way for people to tie it into games, it happens to get a whole lot more attention. And I don't think people are unaware of this. I think there's actually quite a few people, like legitimate feminists, who are fighting the fight, the good fight, but they see all the attention going to these things, and they're like, what the hell do you have to do to actually get some eyes on this, to actually get some people interested in this? But the problem being that these people are just making it a farce.
It's just a big caricature. You know, it's like the biggest argument I always see is people who say like, well, you know, maybe Anita Sarkeesian doesn't get all the facts right, but at least she's starting a conversation. Right? That's what they always say. They're starting a conversation. You know, same thing with the other thing. It's like, well, maybe all white people aren't racist, but they're starting a conversation that needs to be had.
Right.
And it's like, no, it's like saying apples cause cancer to bring cancer lists. It's like, well, at least they're bringing up cancer lists. Like, no, they're not.
Right.
Then everyone's going to spend all their time and their resources saying, no, apples don't cause cancer, and here's why.
Yeah.
And then you completely waste all your time, waste all the energy, waste all the buzz and the
in the
attention.
meantime, you've embedded a misconception in people's minds.
And then it becomes, you can't untangle it. It becomes very hard to, separate those two things.
Yeah, it becomes its own weird sub-logic. And especially when it comes to like some of these circles of people, because they only read articles that reinforce what they already think. They only retweet things. Like if there's misinformation, they will happily share it amongst themselves and for their followers to read as well. And they will block out anything that says otherwise. It's like the Russian media.
It really is. No, it honestly is. It's fucking. It's like propaganda. It's just propaganda.
Right.
A lot of these people will just say things purposely that they know are not true, just so they can feel better about them. They prefer feeling good and feeling right to feeling to
the actual truth.
To know it's true. Exactly.
Do you think they're happy with themselves?
No, because I think they genuinely think the world is constantly out to get them. I think it's just a victim complex in the sense where.
Now, do you think all of them are, or do you think it's like most movements where the few loud leaders believe it, and then they suck in other people that are more? I mean, in this case, there's a lot of very influential people that get sucked in.
Well, the thing about that is a lot of the bigger people, Joss Whedon, for example,
who got sucked in and spat right back out.
But the funny thing about that, exactly, they got spat back up. But the funny thing is, when people like Joss Whedon enter a movement like that, there's a good chance they did not really do it at all. They just, because look, we're so used to it because we work online, we see Twitter and Facebook every day, so we're used to the salon articles of like da-da-da. But if you're some person who never goes online and you see an article like women should be better represented in video games, it's like that's a true statement,
sure.
But then you don't see this entire. That's just that's the crusty surface. You don't see the big fucking underbelly of defending pedophiles and all these other horrible things.
Right.
And I think that's why people get sucked in.
But like the idea of feminism is good, equality for women.
Totally fine
Absolutely, dude. I love the idea. I think the idea is awesome. And
if that's what feminism was, then I'd be a feminist because
absolutely. You know what? I consider myself. I do consider myself a feminist.
You're walking
if the definition is what the definition initially was, which was equality.
You're talking like a first wave feminist, right? Like not this third.
Absolutely, first wave feminist. Take out your titties.
What about
burn that bra? Walk around naked. Shake your ass in my face.
Don't shave your armpits.
Be proud and loud and be yourself, young lady.
Do you want women to shave their armpits?
Yeah.
I want them.
Can I talk about this?
Want.
I'm so sick of this fucking thing. Where it's like,
Why should I shave my armpits? Why should I?
Guys shave their fucking faces every day. Fuck you. I shave my balls and my ass and my pubes. All right, it's fucking hygiene, you baby. Stop it. You're not being edgy revolutionary. You're not making a statement. You're being fucking unhygienic.
No, I'm gonna just. Look. I've been with people that had hairy parts. Like hairy legs and hairy pits and everything, and it's not the thing that turns me on the most, but I have no qualms with the fact that people do it. If you want
to be hairy because it makes you feel good, fine, but if you're doing it to make a message, you're a fucking idiot.
No.
You're a fucking dumb idiot.
No.
Every society is not just fucking subjugate women and pressure women into shaving. They pressure everybody. Guys with big fucking nasty pube beards. Yeah, ISIS, you wanna leave your fucking armpits growing out? Yeah, that's what ISIS does too. They fucking grow their beards out.
How do pubes know when to stop growing?
They don't.
They do. When are they like, yeah, this is a good length?
They don't. What are you talking about?
They keep growing like a Gandalf beard.
Mine would if I didn't.
No, they don't.
I shave mine.
No, I know what you mean. I think like 4 or 5 inches.
I didn't shave mine from the age of 13 when I got my first little pubic. I was a late bloomer to the age of 21. I didn't shave them at all. And they were. It was bush, but it wasn't like a fucking Amazon Gandalf beard. Right. It was like a fucking.
I think it's if you don't shave it a lot. I think the more you shave it, the longer it will possibly.
But how do they know when to stop growing?
I don't know how they know. How do your teeth know to stop growing? Why aren't my teeth just growing bigger and bigger every day?
How do armpit hairs know when to stop growing?
I don't know.
But beards keep doing it.
But I'm curious because Zach, you were mentioning about like girls and their body image. Are you saying that people are pressuring girls to shave?
I'm not saying that people are saying that people. I'm saying, look.
Are they arguing that people aren't pressuring guys?
Yes. The argument is, why should I shave my armpits? That's just what society wants me to do. It's like, no, that's what people want you to do. Because
every girl I know are like, yeah, it's gross not to shave your fucking armpits.
Why is it every time I see a poster of a guy in underwear, he's totally fucking waxed and shaved too? too.
Can I say this?
Can I complain about that then?
I'm a fucking
Oh,
dude.
I
I think
wouldn't
armpit hair is
complain about
gross
that.
on guys. I don't like armpit hair. That's just me. I shave my armpits, not to the. I don't shave with a clean razor. I shave with like an electric razor.
Zach, I'm a hairy motherfucker. If I had the choice to literally have all my body hair removed, I'd take it in a second.
Really?
I personally do not like having as much body hair as I have. I've heard,
I'm pretty hairless. I don't have any chest hair.
I should have been hairless because I'm fucking Asian, but apparently I'm not.
You got hair everywhere except for your head.
That's right. Thanks, Niall.
Damn, dude.
God, you're like a fucking 8-year-old walking up to Stephen Hawking like your head's bent backwards and you sleep in a chair.
Do you think Stephen Hawking? Do you think Stephen Hawking can play?
You talk like a robot.
Do you think Stephen Hawking?
Why are you retarded looking?
Do you think?
Why do you
You
use
have to
computer
poop
when
in
you're
your
a nerd?
pants?
What if Stephen Hawking was in a room where they were playing Chinese whispers? Do you think he'd be able to play?
What the fuck is Chinese
What
whispers?
the fuck is Chinese whispers?
It's when there's someone sitting
Is
next
this one
to
of
you.
your uncle's games and he whispers into your asshole?
You whisper in their ear.
Nonsense.
You whisper in their ear, and they say something like, "The cat is on the wall," and then at the end it's like
telephone.
Do you mean telephone? Chinese whispers? What the fuck are you talking
There's
about?
a rat on my ball, like the cat.
Yeah,
is on the wall.
yes, telephone.
What about
or
Stephen Hawking?
Chinese whispers?
Do you think he can whisper? How does he tell a secret?
Hello. I am gay. LOL.
Hello.
Do you think he's only smart because he's like always online, like on the internet, on his
He's
computer?
always an AI. People are always making.
Yeah, he just Googles all the
Would it
answers.
be funny if there was like a text to speech program for the internet and he'd be like Googling things like, what is the meaning of 2 girls, 1 cup?
Dude,
and then it would return like the meaning of
That's
2
the
girls,
only
1
reason
cup.
why he's smart is because he
He's
Googles all the
totally
answers.
Googled like average penis size 28. What is the average penis size for 28?
It's actually 5.5 in America, so I am just only a little bit below average. It's a fact. Look it up.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he should have died a long time ago.
I think he's broken the code.
Do you think he's like?
I'm curious.
Do you think he's a corpse on a wheelchair, but like the computer's keeping him alive?
He says he's been dead for like 30 years.
Yeah. You'd never know.
They
How would
fucking
you know?
they kept Lennon's corpse looking fresh for like 100
Yeah.
years.
Did they? Oh yeah, they did.
No one
Fucking,
would
have you seen
know.
the video of them like cleaning out his fucking open body? It's disgusting.
Yeah. They like crack off an arm accidentally and like ooh, and they put it back.
Staple back on.
Yeah, just like.
Why do they do that? What's the point of fucking keeping him on display?
Because he's a.
Didn't they do that?
He
with
died
Mao?
in the 20s.
They
right?
did that with Mao. For a
Yeah.
while.
Mao was his body was.
Wait, is Lennon installed on display? I think they took him off a while ago, but I know he was there for a long time.
He was there for a long time. There's pictures of his like he died in the 20s, right? I think it was like 24 or
I
something.
think it was early. I think it was like 21 even.
So
Yeah,
you can
something like
go and pay your respects and be like, wow, look at you, dead guy.
Yeah, but like Mao and Lenin killed a lot of people. Why is it them that get the corpse that doesn't rot?
You know, it's the crazies that really get the crowd going. They get the loyalist followers.
I wonder if Hitler would be on display if he wasn't like.
Oh, if Hitler was still alive, wherever his monument, like his body, wherever it was, would be like a pseudo sacred place.
That's why he burned his. That's why he told his people to burn his body.
There are
'cause he
people
was
that
great.
swear he lived in Argentina and he died.
Oh yeah. I heard that.
He
whole-
died in like the 70s or something.
I was watching a documentary. First of all, if you look at like Hitler's health, let's say the Third Reich didn't collapse. Let's say there was a ceasefire. The dude was like dying. He had Parkinson's. The last video of Hitler, his hands fucking like doing that. He was not a healthy guy. He had a lot of problems, which I think is funny because he had this image of like the perfect human being.
Yeah, he didn't look
was
like. He didn't look
riddled.
like. Do you think he was just describing his perfect man, like his perfect boy? Like he looked nothing like. He doesn't have blue eyes.
Beyond the physical.
like a
attributes,
Are you
But
saying
he
the
was very-
entire Nazi movement was his insecurities
Yeah.
and what he wished he could
Yeah,
be?
I-
I genuinely think that was part of it, or maybe he was just deluded. But he was riddled. So even if like he wasn't killed, the war didn't end or whatever, he probably would have died within like 10 years of the war.
Yeah, that's
Like,
speculation.
But my point is,
Right, I see.
he had a doctor, he had a personal doctor that said he was failing.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch these documentaries about like the what would have happened alternate history?
I hate that. I hate what humans
I
after
love it.
or Earth after humans. I hate the fucking shit.
But I mean, like, what if the Soviets like won this
Bullshit.
Cold War?
You have no way of knowing. No.
No, we have good speculation though. We have a good idea.
I'm curious. So
Like-
it sounds like you have one in mind. Was
No,
there
no,
one about
like,
Hitler?
no, like not even Hitler, but like what if JFK survived?
Yeah.
It's just interesting because, like, I don't want to go too off topic here, get too boring or anything, but I think those are fun to watch because I think we do have a pretty good idea.
What did they say with JFK? Were we going to get nuked?
No, the thing with JFK was like everybody thinks, okay, since he's like now,
Right.
if he would have lived, he would have been reelected and had a great second term.
Right.
But the reality of it was, JFK also had a lot of health problems, which, by the way, was pretty much the reason why, in a weird sense, was why he was killed. He had such a bad back that he wore a back brace. When he got shot the first time, he couldn't slump over all the way. He tried to, but his back brace kept him upright, so he got shot in the head.
Oh.
So he was in terrible health, and so there's all
He
these.
was so young, though.
He was. I know.
but
he was also kind of a guy who probably would, if he would have lived.
This is what I'm
Oh
saying.
no, he would have made Bill Clinton blush with
That's
like
my
what
point.
the fuck was going on with his personal life.
So historians were saying a couple things. They were saying like, well, either his health record, because the American public didn't.
Or
know
his
about
I have a
personal
theory.
life would have exploded in his face.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stories.
I have a
about
theory,
that.
right? So you know the way what I was saying about Hitler was stressed. That's why he was sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking JFK. He was the most stressed man on
No, No.
But and you see Obama, like he had like nice black hair, young face. He looked about 18 when he came, and now he looks about 80.
He was scared white.
Bill Clinton was getting the blowjobs to counteract the act of aging.
JFK was getting his dick sucked like every night, dude. What are you
Yeah,
talking
but that's
about?
by his wife. It doesn't count.
It wasn't by his wife.
No, it wasn't by his wife.
I didn't know he was a player, but
He was a
the
big
biggest rumor is
player.
that he like fucked Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
that's
fuck
like-
yeah, I forgot about that. That's true.
And not just her, but yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of people. There's a bunch of records of like him taking
All the
people.
Kennedys kind of had that history.
yeah, they're
though.
kind of a cool family. They're cool.
They were fast drivers, and they drank hard, and they played
killed
hard.
women and fucking left the body.
Oh yeah, they were in the mafia. I forgot about that whole element to it.
No, I
it was Frank Sinatra.
I think the rumor was that I don't think the Kennedys were in the mafia. I think the rumor you're talking about is like the.
I think they had mob connections though, right?
I think it was the opposite. I think it was like one of the girls that JFK slept with had mob connections.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the theory is that the mob killed
By
JFK.
proxy kind of thing. Oh yeah.
And actually, the Kennedy. No, I think it was the opposite because the Kennedys were super. JFK and Robert Kennedy were like trying to crack down the mafia and get rid of it.
oh.
Meanwhile, they were drinking booze and fucking girls,
Ted
and
Kennedy was killing women.
yeah, burying them in the beds, cutting open the mattresses,
Isn't it a
and
fucked up thing that happened? Like, everyone kind of forgot about it. That he fucking like crashed the car, like let the woman like didn't report
Yeah.
it.
Wait, who's this?
Ted Kennedy,
Yeah.
like the only surviving brother.
Wait, what did he do?
He like crashed the car in the 60s.
wasn't he drunk too?
Yeah, he like crashed the car, and like his girlfriend or whatever died, and he just fucking left the car. It was
Yeah.
like waited like a day. He's like, oh yeah, fucking someone's dead.
Yeah.
And he got a huge trouble for it.
But then, not really.
yeah, not really. Then he's a Kennedy.
Yeah, people keep forgetting. Like Caitlyn Jenner, didn't she kill a dude this year?
She fucking ran a guy over. She ran a guy over.
But no, but the funny thing is,
Why? What
said
was,
he, but then I
you
was
pulled
like,
back
you know,
hard. He put the brakes on that one.
did.
like, didn't she she probably was, out of the media spotlight and stuff. She's like, I'm going to become a woman. I'll become back in the media spotlight. And she's like, nah, everyone loved her. Then she killed she was like, do you think she
Oh, is
regretted
that
all
Kim
the
Kardashian's mom, dad?
Do you think she regretted all of the plastic surgery after she killed that?
Who are you talking about?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, it's like
It's
Bruce
the-
Jenner.
it's the
Yeah.
fucking-
That's.
Became a girl.
No, she's on the Kardashians, I think, but she's not part of the Kardashians.
I thought Bruce Jenner was the dad. Who's the
No,
dad?
she's Kylie Jenner, or he's Kylie
Oh my
Jenner's mom,
God.
dad.
I know nothing about the Kardashians. All I know is that the dad used to be like a swimmer or a model or
Oh,
something.
maybe it is.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
he was a
He was in
famous
the Olympics or something.
Yeah, Olympic.
Yeah,
dude.
and then turned into a girl.
Why do
right?
people care so much about this dude on the Olympics?
Why does anyone
From
care
the
about the
70s?
Kardashians? Who fucking cares about?
Well,
some-
this isn't groundbreaking opinions, by the way. I think everyone says, why the fuck do people care about? I guess because they're really rich and people just want to put themselves in their shoes or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know, man. But yeah, nobody talks about the fact that she fucking is a murderer. She killed somebody.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick,
What did he do?
he fucking
Oh, you know
murdered-
about this?
He stabbed
No.
2 kids in Ireland.
He's like, oh boy, I'm gonna drive my car. And he fucking like killed a family.
Yeah, he killed
a family
in Ireland.
He
Yeah.
killed.
He went to
fucking
Ireland on
family.
holidays and he killed a family.
How did he kill?
Matthew Broderick is a murderer.
Guys, the way you're phrasing this, it's like he walked into someone's farmhouse in the middle of the
I think he
night
crashed a car into a different car
with a
and killed the whole
fucking
family,
shotgun to the
He
kids'
took,
heads.
he took a day off. He went to fucking Ireland. That's what he did in his day off. Kill a family. That's his real day off. Wait,
That's how he unwinds.
Wait, he's fair.
after a long ass Broadway tour, he hops on a plane,
Takes off his shoes.
private jet, kicks off his shoes, flies to Ireland, gets off. They have a car waiting for him. Inside the car, there's just a big old bottle of Evan Williams, some cheap ass American whiskey waiting for him. He's got a cigar. He lights up that cigar. He fucking
it
downs
right
half the bottle.
This is every day off. There's a new family.
And that's how he unwinds.
For him to
He fucking drives right into the middle of some Irish farm town and just plows anyone who's in front of him down.
kills the whole family.
The whole family.
Yeah, that's
So all you Matthew Broderick fans, he's a fucking killer. He killed the
If you
family.
hear that Matthew Broderick has just finished a Broadway tour and you live in Ireland, don't go for a picnic. Not with
he's
your family,
California.
because you better be looking over your shoulder.
What other celebrities kill people? O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson, yeah, he killed somebody.
He
well,
definitely.
that was such a quote unquote debatable.
He fucking killed her.
There's literally audio recordings of him screaming. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you" to his wife. He's like, "I'm going to murder you tomorrow on the 1994 day."
People say stupid shit all the time, but I do think that it was pretty
He
clear.
did it.
Yeah.
He totally fucking did it.
I mean, at this point, does it even matter?
No.
Unfortunately.
Well,
He's in
there's
jail
murder
nowadays
on
for
him.
stealing his fucking. Do you hear about this? He like stole his jerseys back or something. Like so, a lot of his stuff, his sports stuff, was like auctioned off.
Okay,
and,
like now he's in jail. It's fine.
he's in jail now.
Let him.
I feel like no matter what he would have done the rest of his life, if he would have broken the law at like 1%, they would like we fucking got this guy again.
Yeah.
Do you think Mel Gibson has secretly killed somebody at some point?
Fucking the Jews. He definitely Jews. Kill like a ton of them.
Fucking the Jews.
Definitely.
Do you think it's possible for another like genocide, like another Hitler to come about?
Oh yeah. Well, isn't it kind
Yes, I
of
do.
happening right now?
I think that genocide will be of men, white men with dicks.
Lined up? How will we be killed?
I think.
They will line us up. They will chop our wieners off. They'll actually put scissors in all of our hands. They'll line us up. They'll make us turn to the person to your left and chop the guy's wiener off.
They'll make us
and then they'll put a gun in the other hand, and they'll make you turn to the person to your right.
Shoot that person.
And everyone will shoot each other in a human centipede of brain splatters.
I'm sorry for being white is the last words all of us would have to say.
All right, so we've got some Patreon questions. We haven't hit these up in a little bit. Some of these we'll probably go through pretty quickly. Other ones, if they're really, really extra stupid, not only will we skip it, but we will point and laugh at you.
Just get on with it.
All right. Aaron Dennis asks, say you guys starred in an 80s slasher flick.
Yeah.
Who would be the killer amongst the Sleepy Cabin crew? Their guess was Jeff.
It's Mick?
I don't know. I feel like you could actually come up, like, if you knew our personalities, you could, because it's always about twists, right? You've always got to have twists and turns.
I don't know who would be the killer, but I know Corey would be the last one surviving.
Yeah.
Just out of
He'd be the first one you thought was going to die.
Yeah, you watch it.
But he survives the entire time.
Yeah, he's like the stoner from Cabin in the Woods.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
The real question is who would die first. I think it'd be me.
Yeah, I think you'd die first.
Die first?
That or you'd...
I'd be like, hey guys, we're going to take a leak. And
you'd either die first or you'd die second to last because you'd be the smart guy who was able to, like, outsmart.
I'd be the little pussy. I'd throw people in front of me.
Yeah. And everyone wanted you to die early on.
Yeah, Zach, you
and they all think you were going to last until the end of the movie.
The thing is, I have no pride. I have no, like, if somebody broke into, like, not to get too fucking, but the parents, they broke into the theater. The fucking guys on stage booked it. They did not give a fuck.
Wait, what happened?
The parents attack.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The guys playing on stage fucking booked it immediately.
Yeah,
and I would have done that too. If somebody breaks into if a guy walks into a convenience store and says, get over on the ground, I am gonna fucking push the lady in front of me. I don't care. I have no shame. I do not. I want to live.
What was the alternative?
Fucking be like, no way, to jump and save people.
Yeah, try to be the hero.
There was like, try to be the. I will shit my pants and cry. I don't care.
So we'd like to have you around. You'd last at least to the middle of the movie. I was gonna say Stamper because he's out of the group, right? But that's the whole thing. Is like that was the twist.
He's coming back.
He came back just to kill everybody. Yeah. Like you wouldn't expect it because you're wondering which one of us it is. But twist.
No, the twist would be it was Stamper. But then the twist all along is it wasn't Stamper.
There never was a Stamper.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Stamper never existed.
It was a phantom.
It was a ghoul.
I still think Jeff. Jeff would be a good Jason. Just like a brick house that goes around chopping things in half. And you could try to beg and plead, and he just stare dead in your face and then cut you off.
I always said, Jeff doesn't like when I say this, but I always said he has a heart of gold somewhere tucked away.
He does. He does have a heart of gold, but he's got an arm of steel, and he would crush.
I think we're all just lovely people.
Yeah. You know what? The killer was none of us.
The killer was we all killed ourselves.
Yeah, we all killed ourselves looking for the killer.
It's our depression that's deep within all of our fucking brains.
All right, next up we've got Ting Ting Abatu.
Oh,
are you related?
That's not Chinese.
Sorry.
That's like Incan.
It's your brother.
Fuck you. All right, they ask, what's the most memorable experience you've had with an animal?
An animal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the most
No
intimate
bestiality
experience?
Yes, what is the most intimate experience you've had, Niall? That was the question. Specifically, Niall, what is the most romantic, intimate experience you ever had with an animal?
One time I stared into Django's eyes and I saw that he was doubting the Holocaust. And I pulled the Wikipedia and showed him some facts.
What happened?
He refused, dude.
Ugh, cats.
He looked at me and I could just tell he was thinking 6 million. Okay, I know that it happened, but 6 million, come on. And I put the cat down and pushed him out the door.
No, but if you rub above Django's dick, don't touch any of his genitals, but just above it, he gets his little fucking pecker just comes like out like.
I saw you do that once when nobody else was around. Do you think I saw you? But I saw you doing that when nobody else. So that's a thing.
That's not a thing.
He was waiting to reveal that moment.
It's a party
just
trick.
now.
I held on to that in the back of my brain.
Yeah. What else did you see?
Apparently, that's all he was willing to share with the audience.
What about you, Mick? What's your most intimate experience?
My most intimate experience. Okay, I'm gonna be dead honest. I'm gonna be dead honest. When I was 16.
Ooh. Peanut butter boy.
No. There was no penetration of any kind.
Ooh,
but I will say.
What the fuck does that mean?
Hold on.
What are you?
When I was 16, I had a dog.
Holy shit!
And her name was Heidi.
Ooh, her. Ooh.
And she was a beautiful dog.
Oh, I'm
very
sure
nice
you think
dog.
that she was.
The thing though that was interesting, this dog actually never lived in the house. She was strictly a guard dog, but she wasn't a very good guard dog. I remember one time though, when I was outside, for some reason I was looking at her butt, and I started getting aroused. So I walked over to Heidi and I started rubbing her butt.
You rubbed Heidi's hiney?
I rubbed Heidi's hiney, and then I remember thinking in that moment, this is not right, and I walked away.
Did you slip a little finger in
No,
there?
not even close. Not even close. But there was a moment when I actually physically got turned on by my dog's butt, And I was like, this is really weird. And then I walked away, and I could never look at her the same. I don't think she ever knew what was going on. You know, she just had her eyes kind of pointing in two different directions, staring out into the. She was probably just happy she was being touched at all because she was dirty and smelled bad. But it was something weird.
My friend fisted a cow.
It's not really that big of an accomplishment. If you fisted a hamster, I'd be like, I'll give you a golf
I don't know,
clap.
but fisting a cow, it's the imagery of somebody standing there
You
with
can
a
walk
fucking
with
arm.
your fucking hand out into a cow's ass. It's like a rhino, dude. It's a huge fucking animal. Its asshole's huge, too.
He kept asking me to dare him to do it.
Do you dare me to fuck a guy? No.
Yo, dare me to do it, dude. Dare me to fuck this dude. Just dare me. Double dare me, dude.
Yeah.
Bet you ain't gonna pussy, bet you think I'm gonna fuck this guy, but you think I'm fag.
Oh, you got me. You're like, I dare you to fuck that dude. Oh, damn, dude.
I guess I have to now because you dared me.
Oh, God, man.
Lame, dude.
Why do you always like that, dude? This sucks, man. All right, I'm gonna go fuck this guy. All right, here we go. Mysterious Stranger asks, do you remember any funny stories from school of being in detention or being sent to the principal's office?
Well, can I start with this one?
Yeah.
I was on detention every week because I was like a class clown asshole kid that everyone hated, but I thought everyone liked me. So I was trying to be funny. I was the kid who made the cat noise. Ow, when the teacher turns around.
Why did you do that?
I was just a little shithead for no reason. So I was in detention every goddamn week.
Why'd you do that?
Cat noise is a fucking bizarre one.
Yeah, I don't.
I get like calling the teacher a nigger or something, but making cat noises.
No, I never do that.
Not a black teacher.
Once I was kicked out of
So
class.
like I was in the back of the classroom with a mini chalkboard and a piece of chalk, and every time they wrote on the chalkboard, I'd do it too, but like really loud, and they'd hear, like they get confused and they turn around and I'd hide it behind my back.
Yeah, we had teachers that were young, that were just out of college, so they had to have an inspector every few months to like just watch how they teach the class.
Mm-hmm.
And every one of those teachers requested me to be kicked out of the class for just that class because they knew I'd like mess. Like I was a little, fucking Bart Simpson little shithead. But anyway, we weren't allowed to speak English in school, and
What? I'm sorry. Excuse me?
yeah, we weren't allowed to speak English.
Oh, you had to speak Gaelic.
Yeah, we had to speak Gaeilge, so we had to be.
Say Gaelic.
No, it's Gaeilge. I was just a little bit more authentic here.
Gaelic.
No, we don't say that. We say Irish.
Gaelic.
But I had detention every week because it was on Fridays after school. And I remember one week I was just there in detention, and then they were reading out the roll, and they're like, "No, your name isn't on the list." I just went to detention, even if I just thought I had it. I just assumed I
You
had
were
it.
going so much that you were just like Pavlov's dog.
It was it. I was just well.
I don't really have that many experiences because I've always been very good. If I was ever too drunk or hungover to go to class, I just didn't go at all. So I didn't really get in trouble very often. What?
Drunk
Yes.
in high school?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. I started drinking and smoking when I was 14. That was Malaysia. That was most of the people that I went to school with were also doing that. But no, as far as the stories are concerned, when I was in elementary school, I got a timeout.
for being drunk.
No, I actually got in trouble because it was mainly my stepfather's fault for teaching me a phrase called "it's only pain." And there was a young girl who had fallen off the monkey bars, and everyone was crowded around her. And I remember I knelt down next to her, and I put my hand on her shoulder, and I was like, "It's okay, it's okay. It's only pain." And my teacher looked at me very confused and was like, "Hey, Mick, can you come with me?" And then she pulled me aside and explained to me that that was insensitive and that you can't say things like that. I understand the principle of what she was upset about, and I think it was the idea of like she's not allowed to cry. Like I said something that was less than.
No, you were like, "It's only pain. Pain fades. You'll be fine."
See, that was the mentality, obviously, but I guess in elementary school that sounds creepy or
so
they don't like it. Like, shut up! It's only maybe I said it wrong.
Did you whisper it into her ear?
No,
Like,
maybe I screamed it at her or something.
Did
I don't
you
know.
stroke her hair while you said it?
Yeah, it was like fingering her fucking ear. And that was it. That's the only stories. I mean, I've been suspended from school. Zach, did you ever tell the story about when you went to detention because you rode your motorcycle into class? That was back when you were always wearing like 2 pairs of sunglasses and you had that really badass leather jacket with the spikes on the shoulders.
It's true. It was football and weed class. They were one class, and I basically rode the motorcycle right into a girl's pussy. She came instantly, obviously. Probably because my 12-inch dick hit her first before the motorcycle.
Did you ever?
And basically, the teacher said, I award you with 5 weeds because you've been such a fucking cool piece of
Did you tell the
ass
story
today."
where you
And then you rode it. Your whole motorcycle just backflipped out a window.
I backflipped it exactly, and I basically fucked 100 girls that day in that minute. It wasn't a big deal.
One
it was
minute?
kind of
Ooh, Minuteman. Ooh.
Well, they all got
Minuteman.
for 30 times each.
That's not very
They
long.
changed the school mascot to Zach on a motorbike.
They changed this mascot to me laying back with my asshole and dick exposed. Girls come all over it.
All right, we're gonna bounce through these as quickly as possible. We have the Bittersweet Prince asks, if you were dating someone who revealed that they could turn into any person or creature from real life or fantasy, but had to stay that way for a year, who would you ask them to turn into?
I would have them turn to myself so that I would kill that person so I could finally know what it's like to kill somebody and the police could arrest me because it's me. They'd be like, there's no way, it makes no sense. I couldn't have killed myself.
That would actually make a good plot to the film.
And then I could like, people would assume I'm dead and I could go to my own funeral.
Yeah.
I'd turn them into a genie.
But then a year later, when they open up that grave to exhume it, they discover it was the body of somebody else. Actually, just be a
Why the fuck
skeleton.
are they going to exhume it?
I don't know.
They would exhume it. I would just walk around in a different place because I'd be free. I'd be off the grid, man. I'm dead. If I drive a hammer through my own skull, no one's gonna do that.
You were dating this person, by the way.
Yeah,
You're
I
a
know.
jerk.
Well,
I guess you weren't in love with them. You were just dating them.
I'd fuck them first, and then I wouldn't fuck them as me.
Yeah, no, you already said it. You already said it.
I wouldn't fuck myself.
You did.
I'd be a little bitch if I fucked myself. I couldn't do it. I'd be complaining the whole time.
You'd fuck yourself and you'd feel so guilty and disgusted that you'd have to murder yourself.
I'd kill myself to get rid of the shame.
Yeah. Now, what about you?
I'd turn them into a genie.
The genie from Aladdin?
No, not that genie. Just a hot genie.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually acquire the powers, though. They just look like somebody.
It's just the
Yeah, but then you
physical-
could keep her in the lamp and then bring her out.
No.
No, you would literally be shoving a human into a lamp. Like, there'd just be blood and guts everywhere.
It's a really good cosplay. It's amazing prosthetics, basically.
Yeah, they
It's
can look
physical
like
appearance
anybody.
only.
They didn't actually otherwise, I'd be like, yeah, they turn into a solid gold brick.
Yeah.
And then I just sell them.
It's a person or like a fictional.
Yeah.
And it's only 1 year. After the year goes, it expires.
I guess I'd turn them into Lord of the Rings elf because they're pretty hot, right?
Yeah. They're hot. If you like the pointy ear thing.
The
How do they hide them with their hair?
The problem is that if you make it anything to it, the people they can't leave the house.
Yeah,
Because the scientists look fucking. The government will capture
They were
them.
just glowing. That's all they do.
They do glow a little bit.
They have big fucking elf ears.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
they
suck
hide
at
with their
night
hair.
if you're trying to sleep next to an elf and they're just glowing the whole
put her
time?
downstairs on the
You're like,
couch.
dude, can you like turn that down and throw a blanket over
Turn
your
your
face?
fucking Kindle off there. Oh, it's just you. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Put her on the couch.
That's what I want. You fucking glow. You're like,
For me,
Yeah.
if I was dating someone and they could transform into anybody, I would ask them to transform
Your
into
old dog, Heidi.
rip
no,
her asshole.
I would ask them to transform into no one. I would ask them to transform into who they are because
oh, shut up.
you know what?
Boo.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful
Your real
the way
answer is
they
Maggie
are.
Gyllenhaal. That's your real answer.
Fucking dog's assholes.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about someone you're dating. I'm gonna promise you one motherfucking thing. If you were dating someone and they said, "Hey, I can transform into anyone you want," it's a goddamn trick question.
Yeah.
The moment you tell them, "Oh, I wish you could turn into Angelina Jolie," they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a great answer." And guess what? Fuck you. Go fuck Angelina Jolie. I'm out. All right, Linus Wedgie Hajal
What are you, fucking Linus from
Linus?
from fucking Peanuts? You have Melvin Killian Blake. Charlie Brown fucks your sister, you fucking fag.
What are your thoughts on
You
Western?
fucking dumbass hated Great Pumpkin can go suck a fucking wang, dude. 85% of Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck you, Charles Schultz.
Breaking the mic. You were so.
Look at Building 7. It collapsed way too fast. Debris fell on it. Yeah, that's a fucking likely story. Bush and Cheney. You fucking murderers. Bush is a war criminal. Bush is a war criminal. Sorry, what were you saying?
Now you got that out of your system. Linus Wedgie Hajalistad asks, what are your thoughts on Western versus Eastern animation styles in TV shows? Both camps seem to have militant assholes completely dismissing the other. But what are your favorite qualities about both styles?
Let's see what this dumbass has to say. Okay, Western animation, great. Family Guy, Eastern, One Punch Man. Case closed. Family Guy is superior to every fucking Japanese
Family
piece of
Guy
shit
is
weeb.
the One Punch Man of cartoons.
One Punch Man sucks, dude. You know something else? Family Guy is the best cartoon show. And by the way, One Punch Man is ripped off Family Guy.
Do you know why Brian never actually died?
Because he's One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Ryan?
It was just a dream.
But they just wanted to get ratings, people watching it again, so they said Brian dies. That's the only reason.
Yeah, you know, it's actually kind of interesting because I do feel like especially in the comic book industry, I know that's not the animation industry, but I have seen it in some animations that the Eastern influences heavily influence the Western. Like,
Yep.
I'm definitely seeing a lot of like the anime style in Western art, or even like Boondocks or something like
Boondocks
that.
is
You know,
great.
to a degree, it's a nice little hybrid, but. Who the fuck cares? Like, it's just hey, Zach, what's better, classical music or classic rock?
Look, the real
It's like,
honest-
what the fuck are you asking?
the real answer is that both Western and both Eastern have produced horrible content.
Yes.
And they produce great content.
Yes, yes.
That's it.
I think if it's well crafted, both camps have definitely kicked out shit. Like, what is Pixar? What's Pixar? Because technically, Pixar probably has a ton of Asians working there, and not only that, but they've got 8 billion fucking Koreans actually animating.
They're Western because it's
the white man
it's the
gets the
style and the writing and everything. Even
All
if
right.
they, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's like if you have American people working on an anime, does it make it American? No, it just means that. I think it's about art direction and writing and directing and voice acting. I think that's what makes the show what it is.
There's good and bad and all. Like, everyone knows that, though. That's just stupid, nitpicky fucking.
It's hard. you know what's hard is that there are so many Japanese anime series that, of course, when a show comes to mind, I'm thinking of, Berserk or, a lot of the old shows that I used to watch. So it's hard because I don't think there was a whole lot of long form. Like, what do you call Avatar? Is Avatar Western or is that Eastern?
It's Western, but they're mimicking the Eastern style.
Sure.
That said, though, I can't really think of any really shitty animes because I only watch the good ones that people tell me to watch.
All right, guys, we got a juicy one here, just begging for some dramas.
You ready? Is it down on its knees looking up at us?
This is absolutely just begging for it.
Just wants to be fucking
licking its lips.
Oh yeah.
Connor Gerard.
A good 10th birthday party.
Yeah. Also, just to be clear, these aren't the questions we like answering, but we'll answer this one.
What is it?
Connor Gerard asks, message for all SleepyCast members. Which internet celebrity or popular YouTube Newgrounds personality do you absolutely despise for how popular they are?
Oni-NG.
Yep.
Potentially someone who isn't super mainstream like PewDiePie. First of all, I don't hate PewDiePie for being mainstream.
I like
Hold
it.
on.
I hate PewDiePie. I don't even hate PewDiePie. I think his fans, a lot of his fans are fucking idiots.
A lot of our fans are fucking idiots.
Absolutely.
The guy who asked that question.
And when you have 8 billion fans, guess what? You're going to have 30 million loud assholes that are dumb. Yeah, what?
Not to knock his question down, but I think the way it was asked is it's unanswerable because I don't think any of us hate anybody for their popularity. He was asking,
I didn't even think of it.
He was asking, who do you hate because of their popularity? I don't hate anybody because of their popularity. Now, the only reason I'll give you, like, the term hater I never liked, right?
Despise because they got... No,
because look, the way I've always viewed it is, it's not their fault. Mm-hmm. It is not their fault. They were doing what they were doing. Even if they're pandering,
that's true.
People are still consuming it.
Right.
It's 100% the fans, the audience, the people watching it. Because without them, they would be nothing. Right. Without people watching, they wouldn't have an audience. They wouldn't have.
So it's like that prank guy who goes around kissing girls and molesting people on camera. Right. There's clearly an audience for that. There's clearly so many creepy assholes or bizarre deviants, retarded idiots. And sorry, I'm not saying that to be insensitive. I do think that the fans of those types of videos have to be mentally retarded to watch somebody go around molesting strangers and enjoying it and thinking that there's either A, believing it, or B, enjoying watching
the
him
audience
do that to
for those videos are people who've never had interaction with the female before and
like, well, I can just walk up to a girl and say,
fucking
hey,
simple
I'm on the
pickup
internet.
fans. Oh, but there's one person I do dislike for their popularity, and that's the spirit science guy, because the fact that he's so popular is spreading this absolute bullshit.
But even that's not his fault. Look, if he was, it's not. If he wasn't there would be somebody else in his place.
Yeah.
There's clearly an appetite for that. He's not brainwashing people. Leaders of group of cults like that, and it is a cult, don't be mistaken. But leaders of things like that, people who have huge audiences like that, they're not the cause. They're now sometimes they're really talented at riling people up and putting things in a certain way to
tell that to Jim Jones.
Follow a narrative. But usually it's because people are dumb enough to believe them.
Right.
And if the people didn't believe in spirit science, they believe in the next thing. If they're not following Stalin, they're following this.
Yeah, but the fact that he's doing it, I don't like him.
I agree. I think on an independent level,
that's like saying, I guess Niall's kind of analogy, even though you didn't say. So my analogy to Niall's feelings would be, that's like saying, oh, this guy is okay, even though he's a drug dealer, because somebody else is going to deal those drugs. So, he's still an okay guy. You can't blame the drug dealer. You have to blame the addicts who go to him. What
I'm saying is that what I'm saying is you could absolutely criticize the people on a personal basis, but what I'm saying is it's not 100% their fault. They're not manipulating people. They're not enslaving people.
No, they are.
It's half and half. They're not. They're a symptom of the problem, not the cause of the problem.
What about the people who fake the prank videos? They know what
they're doing.
You
don't believe that, though. You don't buy that. That's my point, because you're not the audience. You're not dumb enough to believe that. People who are dumb enough to believe one guy are dumb enough to believe the rest. That's why a lot of these big YouTubers who fake 100% of their videos, these crazy YouTube pranks where all the fucking strangers are wearing mics, they're not. they're part of the problem, but the bigger problem is that people are watching all these guys.
Yeah.
Nobody's educating them on why that's wrong and why the people are liars and why they're being scammed.
But they're like manipulating the system.
I agree that it's bad, but what I'm saying is it's also the audience's fault. It's not purely the fault of Vitally ZX with the fucking.
But they know that the audience will do that, so they're going to take advantage of people.
I think they're two separate things. The popularity is just a separate thing. So it's like when you talk about these things, there are YouTubers I despise, and there are fan bases that I think are idiots for following these guys.
Exactly.
But it's
my point is that I don't hate anybody because of their popularity.
Sure. All right, Sir Biggles asks, which movie production company do you like and look forward to seeing their next movies? Like examples like Pixar, DreamWorks, or whatever.
I don't really follow a lot of studios or like a lot of. I don't know. It's a good question, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Not Pixar though.
Do you like and look forward to? That's interesting that it's like and look forward to.
I guess the closest thing I have that I'm looking forward to media-wise is like
Paul Blart 3.
Pavlov 3. Curb Enthusiasm season 9 is supposed to be in the works, so I guess maybe that's the closest thing I have that's not a studio.
HBO make good stuff. I don't look
HBO
forward
makes
to-
really good stuff,
I don't look forward to
actually.
everything they do. You
Rick
know?
and Morty, like there's only specific programs and things that I like, not really
Yeah.
studios that make a variety of stuff that I could point to.
I mean, I think there was probably a time anyone could say Pixar and you'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
Pixar
anything
would've
they do is going to be gold.
Even 5 years ago, Pixar would have been the answer to that.
what have they done that's really bad lately, though? I haven't seen anything they've done. I haven't seen anything they've done in years.
Inside Out, it's not objectively bad, but it's just.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see Inside Out.
Cars 3.
Who made Cars? Oh, that was Pixar?
Pixar, yeah.
Yeah, that was... it's so hard, though, with Pixar. Like, I feel bad for them because they kept raising the bar.
Yeah.
They just kept raising it to the point where they raised it into a corner. Like, what could they possibly fucking
Yeah,
do?
they hit a ceiling at some point.
Well,
Yeah.
The Last Dinosaur looks terrible, but I'm
Is
just
that Pixar?
Yeah, I just don't like the look of it.
What was the last really solid film they put out? Like the fucking besides
Toy Story 3.
Besides that, because that's a given. that movie is very good. I
They
think.
don't pump out a whole lot of movies. Who did Planes?
Disney.
No, that was
That was just Disney.
Pixar.
No, that was just Disney.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure that one was just Disney.
Fucking Dane Cook is an airplane.
Who doesn't want to see that?
That was that would be
people
Zach's
laid.
Rotten Tomato review. Fucking Dane Cook is an airplane, and there's be a green splat.
Ancient humans 5,000 years ago looked up at the stars and said, "What if Dane Cook was a plane?" And it fucking became real.
All right. Puppy Nubblies asks, did you guys have a natural talent for art before you really started animating and illustration, or did you actually start out knowing nothing and work to get where you are?
Me, I was the best in my class. That was
Nobody
it.
starts out knowing everything.
Yeah.
Not one person in the history of mankind ever started out knowing everything.
Yeah.
Everybody starts out bad. Some people start out on like 1% less bad.
Yeah, exactly. I was a little bit better than my classmates, but I was still terrible.
And if people fucking bring up like the autistic people who can draw like a fucking city, we're talking about like 99% of the population who go into art. Practice makes perfect in 100% of cases.
Yep.
No
Wait,
one-
what? There's no easy, there's no like tutorial I can
You don't
watch
push a
on
button.
YouTube?
No. You know
the
That's gonna
10,000
just-
hour rule?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You can explain it to people who don't know.
10,000 hour rule means that if you do any one thing for 10,000 hours, you're going to become an absolute expert at it.
Someone's gonna be like, oh, who'd ever invest 10,000 hours? It's like, yo, idiot, look at your fucking hours you clocked in Binding of Isaac and Fallout.
That's a very good point.
Combine those, you're halfway there, buddy. Like, people have invested 10,000 hours into a whole lot of things, whether it's fucking shitting, jacking off, or playing video games. So there's no doubt that you can easily invest 10,000. How many hours is 10,000? 24 hours in a day, right?
Yeah, it would take about like 10 years of like 8 hours work or some shit. No, maybe I could be completely wrong there.
No, it's
I'm not
less
even-
than a
I'm not
decade
even-
for sure.
I'm not even gonna try to do this with that. But my point is, so if you draw, most people don't draw for like an hour a day. Let's say you even do that, it's still a long time, 10,000 hours.
You're always going to hate your shit too. That's the thing about being an artist. If 1 year ago, if I saw what I made now, my mind would be blown. But now I think what I do is like absolute fucking smeared shit on a canvas.
Well, no, let's just make it really simple. Really simply, if you want to do
Practice.
the math, 10,000 hours, there's 365 days in a year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's just say you did it for 1 hour a day, that's 365, right?
Hours.
365 hours. You
10
did
years, that would be 3,000. That would be 30 years if you do an hour a day.
But you wouldn't, because it would be your job. So you'd probably do it. If it was 30 years, you'd probably be doing what? If you were doing 5, let's say you did it 3 hours a day, then you cut it down by a third, so that would be 10 years. And if you're doing 6 hours, you cut it down, that would be 5 years, right?
Yep.
So I mean, essentially, if you're doing something for, a
The
chunk
point
of your
is
day,
practice. That's one word. Just
practice a shit ton.
And yeah, keep listen to feedback. Never say, okay, this is it, I'm good enough, because it's not. There's never a place where that is.
Though if you want to be a good voice actor, just watch my tutorials. You'll be an instant classic. Yeah Chons asks,
Any relation?
fuck you. If you guys could have been on the set of any movie or TV show while it was being filmed, what would it be and why? Zach would have been on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Niall would have been on some porno set. And, no, I'm kidding. What are your answers?
Honestly, Breaking Bad. I mean, Kirby these would be interesting just for like the perspective of just see how they do it. But I do think like
I mean, Breaking Bad is so scripted. I feel like something like Curb Your Enthusiasm, because there is quite a bit of
I guess
improv,
Kirby
right?
would be a lot more fucking spontaneous.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I don't know. Obviously it's a hypothetical that can't be real. But if you're asking if I could just walk around as a person or if I'm on the set.
You're in the crew.
Yeah, no, you be on set. It's like, hey, we're gonna hire. If you had a choice right now, somebody walked up to you, they had 2 contracts. Zach,
I feel like
do you want to be a actor, one of the main characters?
I don't want to be a fucking main character. I suck at acting.
Fine. Would you like to be a secondary character in Breaking Bad or in?
I don't want to be anything, but I'll tell you this much: I want
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I want to see it happen.
You'd have to pick one of them. Which one?
Either Breaking Bad or Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
Probably Breaking Bad because I feel like if I met all these, because everyone on that show is like really funny and like really, I feel like if I could ask myself and stutter, like sweat, and fucking.
And you think if you were in Curb Your Enthusiasm, they'd make fun of you?
No, not that it'd make fun of me, but I would look like a fucking loser. Because there's stories of people like who go on those shows and they try to be funny. It's like, okay, get the fuck off.
They do that, really?
Like, hey, here's my joke about hey, what's with the refugees? So get the fuck out of here, dude. You're supposed to do your lines and leave.
That's what Larry David would say?
No, but my point is like, he's told stories about people. Some people try to come in with a bit or try to be funny or try to be the funny one.
Yeah.
I feel like if like Back to the Future would be fun to be on, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or like Twilight Zone would be fun.
Yeah.
Imagine like being in a separate Twilight Zone and just seeing it kind of happen.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I'd say Lord of the Rings or Sopranos.
You'd actually fit pretty well. Zach kind of had like this distant look in his eyes as his lips curled into a smile. I think you'd make a good Lord of the Rings character.
That'd make a good orc.
The guy from Flight
fuck
Concourse
you.
is a fucking elf in that movie.
Really? What's that to do with me?
You like elves.
You're from that general Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Britain, not America place.
Oh yeah.
You just bounced. I love that. I love that map. I love if we had like a visual of a map of those countries lighting up.
They're all the same place, right? They're all white guys who sound funny.
I'd say David Attenborough
What?
shows.
Is that a you'd be in his house?
No,
Would you fucking
on his
follow
shows,
around?
because then you get to see everything else. You get to see the world. You get to see the ice caps. You get to
You'd
see.
be stuck in the fucking ice caps though.
Well, there was a boat.
I would love to be in a. I'd love to be
Gay film, gay porno.
gay porn 1,000%. Just 4 days. Like,
fit in.
You know those pictures where there's guys with like 100 cigarettes in their mouth. Their mouth is like wide open and there's like 100 lit cigarettes in their
You talking about
mouth.
Looney Tunes? Is
Yeah.
that real?
Well, it also there's a picture of it, but yeah. But I'd want that, but just all wieners.
Just a million cocks.
Just 10
Oh my
cocks.
god,
like
that image went burning in my head.
like a Gatling gun.
I thought of that way too clearly.
like
in
my
head.
jaw splits right off my skull.
Serious question. How many dicks do you think you can fit in your mouth at once? Or
I'd say 3.
I'd say, well, it depends on how big the dicks are.
dicks? Yeah, because you know what I've seen porn. You know, the average dick is like still kind of a mouth.
third-
Average. You want to go with average? Probably 6 or 7.
I'd say 3.
I mean, but here's the thing: is they clearly have to be detached because you couldn't have that many
I
pelvises all
cannot-
like origami together in order for you to be able to get 6 dicks in your mouth.
I cannot get a full Subway sandwich in my mouth. I couldn't get a 3.
Pussy.
I couldn't get 4 dicks
Yeah, little
in my
pussy
mouth.
boy.
No, I'd
bitch,
say
you can't sell
2.5
dicks,
to
little
3
fag.
dicks I could fit in my mouth, and you could have probably 2 in my ass for good measure at the same time.
That would be good measure.
don't-
No, seriously though, I would want to be on the set of a major animation with like lots of great fun voice
Oh,
actors.
here we go.
Because
That would be fun.
after all you got to do is record. You never have to put on a costume. You never have to put on all the makeup or like the little sensors on your face. All you do is fucking walk in, you hang out, you have some coffee, you see the guys, you do your lines. If you don't like the lines, do it
Voice
again.
actors?
Do it again. Do it again. Great, we're good. And then you fucking all go to the bar. And then
I guess
hang
you
out.
know what? I think it would be kind of fun to just for like the perspective of just like looking at it. It'd be fun to be in the writers' room like this, like the classic Simpsons or classic South Park, just to see.
Yeah.
It's kind of a cheesy answer, but I think it'd be just be interesting to kind of observe.
Eddie Fenton Jones asks sodomy, yay or nay? Yay.
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 Okay.
Wait, receiving or giving?
I don't. It didn't say. Maybe it's some. I mean, I've never gotten anything up my butt.
Yeah,
sexually,
I always say it's a no-go zone when they try stuff.
but I don't know. I don't know.
Closest thing I've gotten to being fucked up my ass is when I
Going to the
is when I
doctor.
wipe myself. Well, I guess I have been fingered in the ass. I
You
forgot
have.
about that.
Once when I
Was
was,
there anything remotely pleasurable about it?
No, but here's the thing though, right? Whenever I used to wipe my ass and go a little bit far, I'd be like, ooh.
did you ever pull like a hair out of your ass and be like,
No,
ooh?
no. What are you talking?
What?
That happened to me a couple times. Yeah.
You pulled the hair out of your ass and you
Yeah.
were like, ooh. Oh, you mean like it's in your shit and it's all the way up your butt?
no,
You
it's
pull
just
it out.
in your butt. Like it's just there. It's up
Oh
here.
my god, what are you, a fucking Woody dog?
It found its way up there.
Did you say a catchphrase when you pulled it out? Did it shoot back in?
There's a snake in my butt.
No,
There's a hair in my ass.
I just found the hairs in my ass.
No, but would you ask with the finger up the ass? When you wipe, when you wipe your ass and you go a little bit in, you're like, ooh, it's a little bit sensitive. It's like, okay, whatever. But the finger kept going. When I thought it was done, it was only halfway there. That's how fucking, I don't know how people can take dicks in their ass.
Oh god. Yeah.
It felt like I was taking a shit but in reverse.
Oh, I don't know.
It was very unpleasant.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'd like it, and then you just go wild.
NiallGoneWild.com.
Don't
Ironically,
make that a thing, please.
It's gonna be a
ironically,
thing though.
Don't.
John McIntyre asks, "Are there any questions you get over and over that you just can't stand?"
That question. Next.
Holy shit, look at this. Ellis just asked how many balls could you fit in your mouth. We answered this question without even knowing. This was the natural progression of questions.
Get the fuck over it, dude.
Do you guys like it when a girl literally puts your entire ball sack in her mouth?
No.
Yeah, I asked.
I'm not a fan of when people lick my balls. I
like it.
I'm not either. Not only that, but they tend to do not just lick it, they'll like suck the side of it like a plastic bag. They'll be like, pop, pop, pop.
Or they'll suck the ball. Listen,
I like it.
I tell women, I say, don't go to their balls. You don't got it, all right? I don't like it. You don't like it. Let's just get to the penis.
No.
Have you ever met a girl who's like, no, I love licking the side of your ball sack?
Balls are fucking vinegary. They have ridges. There's little stray hairs. There's no fucking way that licking that is pleasant at all.
Unless maybe they're into the vinegar. Maybe they're
Even
into
if you
like
have
some
a
kind of
beautiful
abuse.
ball sack.
I like the feeling
If
of
you've
it.
got a beautiful ball sack, if it's good, if it's great, it's still no good. You don't want it.
I make them. I put their hands on my ball. Like I make them play with them
Well, playing with them is different.
and sucking them.
I don't even like them playing with it, honestly.
Yeah, no, don't touch my balls. We scratch them and leave them alone.
PSA, everyone, don't touch Zach's balls.
For balls.
Dylan Cuesta asks, as artists creatives, what are your guys' definitions of a client from hell? What can
I was staring
customers
in that direction. I
do
was staring at you.
that make you want to smash your head through a fucking window?
So what was the question? I was staring at my dick.
I wasn't. I was staring in that direction, and it
You were.
I was staring right here, and it happened to his dick. I hate when people do that. When you're staring in a direction, there happens to be someone. You're not staring.
Oh,
at
and they
you.
think you're staring at that
Yeah,
thing.
get your head out of your ass. I'm not staring at you. I'm looking.
Dylan was asking what is the client from hell? What is your definition of a client from hell?
What do you mean?
If you ever taken a commission and they were a client from hell?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I haven't really worked with people in that sense where I'm being paid to do something. I haven't worked with people a lot like that. But I mean, I've worked with people who they'll ask for one thing and then you go and you're like, is this okay? Is this what you want? And you show them the storyboard, you show them everything, or you show them the rough of the art.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it looks great. And then you spend like a week to finish it, and they go, why the fuck did you do this? Redo this.
But to dig it even further, it's when they make comments like that, but they act like what they're asking for isn't a big deal. So they'll see an entire animation, right? Or you'll see an entire whatever, and they'll be like, yeah, but can we change his hairstyle?
It's like, do you know what that requires?
There's just like a button that you push that changes all the hair of every frame that you ever drew
Family Guy
of this
does that.
character. Well, I guess if you have like some tweeny thing, then yeah, if it's all symbol based, I suppose that isn't a big
For me,
issue.
it's not like a groundbreaking thing, but it's like, when people are like, it's for exposure. That's what I'll pay you in exposure. I don't want exposure.
So,
from your
but
12
then that
people
wouldn't be
look
a
at your
client.
website.
Would that still be a client though? Would you take that job?
Hell no.
Right, so they're not a client.
But they would be.
How big?
Client from hell.
How big would they have to be for you to say yes to that? Like, what if George Clooney was like, drop me my Twitter avatar, Niall?
What would he? How would that be exposure? Like, is he gonna be like
He'd
credit?
tweet it. He'd be like, "My friend Niall the
I
Defiler
never thought of looking up George Clooney on Twitter ever.
drew this picture."
I don't want to. I don't care what he has to say. Who cares what he has to say? I saw Up in the Air and it fucking sucks.
What? But that's not it. It's for exposure.
But who-
You got George Clooney.
would he be exposing?
What if President Gerald Barack Obama
No,
fucking said, "Niall, I really like your drawings. You've impressed me.
I'd love you to draw me
Quite a bit.
Minecraft. I want you to draw me Steve
Draw me an
Minecraft.
avatar."
I would do that anyway.
What I want is you to draw me with the Five Nights at Freddy's because I love that game. I play it every day.
It's so spooky. No, I
Every
would-
day, he just wakes up.
wake
It's
up,
part of his routine. He gets his
Michelle
coffee.
says-
There's like one of those mini vases with one flower in it. They bring him his toast with the little metal thing over the bread, and then they bring it into his office, and he's just sitting there
I just
cracking
imagine him
on
like eating fucking Cheetos.
Five
being
Nights
like,
at Freddy's, running away from animatronic wolves
And his jammies.
Yeah, and his
Fucking
jammies.
red phone's ringing.
He's got the fucking creeper Minecraft jammies on.
Yeah, he has one of those like little hats that those jammy like long Santa hats.
What do you mean? There's no nukes. Listen, I'm trying to kill this creeper. You knocked my house over. I'm trying to find diamond armor. You're here bothering me.
Cold black. There's an Enderman.
Let's just do one more question. God damn, there's a lot of
We're all getting sleepy here, guys. It's a real sleepy cast. Zach, do you like that one?
You wonder why we call it SleepyCast. Go to sleepycast.com for more jokes. That's our new slogan.
the wave so hard.
Leave all that in as it is.
I will.
All right, guys, and with our final question of the evening, before we wrap this motherfucker up, we
Whoa.
got Justice Thompson. Do you think that's a real name, Justice? Are people named
Dude,
Justice?
if my name was Justice,
or is this Justice?
if my name was Justice, I would become a doctor. So I would be Dr. Justice.
Dr. Justice.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's a great hero name.
I would just be.
Does that exist, Dr. Justice?
I would just become a doctor.
It almost sounds like a fake hero from like the Bart Simpson show or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm Dr. Justice.
I would just become a doctor.
The
just
law
for
of goodness shall prevail.
What would you do if you were a doctor? If it's like if you fucking like botched a surgery though.
that. I
you
almost
know?
became a
that
doctor.
sucked, dude. dude. That would suck. Yo, listen. So Justice, if that's your real name, fucking liar. Since you're all old and fought in World War II. Oh God! Did you all learn cursive writing in school? That's pretty serious though.
Fucking calling us old, dude. It'll happen to you.
No,
too,
I'm
bitch.
curious.
Are we
Did
old?
you all?
Fucking 20s, or is that old now?
I guess.
I am though. I'm like 55, but
No,
you guys.
You're 34.
Yes. Wow, you remembered. I'm impressed.
You still look like you're young, but once you get to about 42,
I'm just gonna crash.
that's when you start looking.
Right.
I'm gonna do that Asian thing where they look really young, and then all of a sudden it's like there's that age. It just happens somewhere.
No, if you went to Asia, you look about 60 because
and you just flip. You just break. Your face breaks off your skull.
Asian girls hit like 38 and they just turn to fucking old like witches.
Yeah, they lose all their teeth in the night.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm curious though. Did you all learn cursive writing in school? Well, I did.
I write in cursive and get shit from it from people in America.
I don't really use it though. I love writing in full on caps, all caps.
Cursive.
Wait, what's that?
I can't remember the last time I wrote cursive.
Yeah, but did you learn it in school?
I learned it, yeah, but the thing was...
It's not something you learn though. Right?
No, so
I learned it, but I
know how
don't.
to class
But who fucking uses it? Like, you do it for your signature. And I'm not being purposely like proud to be ignorant, but like realistically, what do you have to use cursive for? In fact, when you go and fill applications and they say print only, people require you to print. There's not a lot of things you use cursive for. It's a great skill to have, but
skill? You call it a skill?
It's a skill. You have to know how to do it. But like,
would you put that skill next to like juggling?
No, it's at the very bottom.
Or CPR.
Because everybody knows how to do it, but nobody gives a shit.
I just write I don't like go.
When do you ever need cursive? Give me one instance.
I don't need it. I just write in cursive instinctively. That's how I write.
Oh, you do naturally write in cursive.
It's annoying.
Like
you have to
there.
fucking squint to look at it. It's like, oh, okay, that says apple. Sweet. Took me 5 seconds to read. Cool.
Yeah, I write in all caps, and I have done that for many years.
Are you fucking retarded?
Yes.
That's what like an actual retard would do.
Have you seen my journals? My journals and stuff? Wow. Niall calling me retarded?
Yeah, that's you.
You're right. But are people forced to learn that in school now?
Yeah, but I remember even as I was...
So yes, they are forced to learn it today or not?
Well, that's the thing is, I haven't been in school in a while, but I...
It looks nicer.
When I was elementary school, middle school specifically, I remember kids would say shit like, well, we don't need to learn cursive because people have cell phones and stuff now, and we're not going to need to know this and whatever. And all the teachers were like, you're going to have to know cursive or you're not going to get into college. And by
what?
The time, they told us that. A lot of people in college make you write print or type. Nobody fucking writes. They type it out now.
Right.
Look, it's one of those. It's like knowing like a dead language. It's like, okay, it's nice and it's fancy.
What's weird to me is like we've got computer programs now that can write in cursive, right?
They're beautifully.
So we've got these programs that can do it. Not only can we do it with ease, but even with that ease, nobody wants you to do it.
No.
Nobody's ever like, send me in that report. Make sure you use that cursive font. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the fucking use?
It's stupid. It's squiggly writing.
And as far as signatures are concerned, why? Why did we subscribe to that? Oh, well, I never write in cursive for my signature. It's like, dude, just make up your own fucking signature. Draw a wiener with feet. I don't fucking care. Whatever. Why does it have to be cursive? Except for Niall, who actually does write in cursive.
I can't help it. It just comes out that way.
And you call me retarded.
No, but like I could if I wanted to write in print, but I just don't think about it. I just write in cursive. It's how I was brought up.
Is it how you think? Do you dream in cursive?
No. I don't dream about anything that makes sense. I dream about I can't even describe it, just complete chaos. Doesn't make any nonsense. Fucking
total nonsense?
Nonsense.
All right, now we have to wrap this up. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you describe any dream that you recently had? Just go into it, even if it doesn't make sense. You know what? In fact, here we go. Without thinking. I don't want you to even think about sentence structure. I just want you to think of your dream.
Say the words.
Yeah, just literally mind vomit a dream that you had.
I was crawling in the grass, and then these terrorists were trying to come and get me, and then my dad was pouring beer from the beer farm, and then a big fucking helicopter came to befriend the guy who... No, it was a airplane. I was trying to befriend him, and I told him to take me to Texas, because I didn't think the terrorists were going to come there. Oh shit, my dad had to try... I was like, should I go in and save him? And I was like, but I might get caught again. And I was like, okay, I'll go in and save my dad. Then I got caught again. I was like, fucking... Didn't know that I was just on the beach. The airplane to get out of there. And him and my dad went into Texas.
Let's all go commit real suicide.